Oh, one more song. Okay, I understand. Just checking. He stumbled into faith and thought, God, this is all there is. The pictures in his mind arose and began to breathe, and all the gods and all the worlds began colliding on a backdrop of blue. Blue lips, blue veins. He took a step but then felt tired. He said, I'll rest a little while. But when he tried to walk again, he wasn't a child. And all the people hurried past real fast, and no one ever smiled. Blue lips, blue veins, blue, the color of our planet from far, far away. Blue lips, blue veins, blue, the color of our planet from far, far away. He stumbled into faith and thought, God, this is all there is. The pictures in his mind arose and began to breathe, and no one saw, no one heard. They just followed the lead. The pictures in his mind awoke and began to breed. They started off beneath the knowledge tree, then they chopped it down to make a picket fences, and marching along the railroad tracks, they smiled real wide for the camera lenses. They made it past the enemy lines just to become enslaved in the assembly lines. Blue lips, blue veins, blue, the color of our planet from far, far away. Blue lips, blue veins, blue, the color of our planet from far, far away. Blue, the most human color. Blue, the most human color. Blue, the most human color. Blue lips, blue veins, blue, the color of our planet from far, far away. Obrigado.
Muito bem. Festival que prega a sustentabilidade. E agradecer especialmente aos dois. A segunda parte daqui a pouquinho para vocês. Bom, e agora a gente vai para a segunda parte do show que tivemos o privilégio de ter aqui com o Dave Matthews e a Regina Spektor. Vamos lá. Vocês dois vêm de países onde a questão política ela foi grave, não é? Na África do Sul, com o Apartheid, e na antiga União Soviética, com as perseguições, inclusive você de origem judaica. Eu queria saber se, em função disso, a política ela é importante na vida de vocês como reflexão, não necessariamente na música, ou isso passou e é só a música que interessa a vocês?
I think, well, at the time that I was in South Africa, I was a white person, which is, at that time, gave me a lot of advantages. But I grew up with a mother and a father for some of that time that were very aggressive in a quiet way that I didn't notice in teaching us that how important it was to realize that blaming someone or judging someone for something they were born with or for something they believe without imposing it on you is probably the greatest crime we can commit against each other, and how we respond to that. And so growing up in South Africa for part of my life was very it was sort of difficult to be on top, but you know, I can't say that I understood what it was like to be on the bottom. I just knew that it was wrong. And about political, if politics has influence on us, I think it's essential if we want to guide our planet in a positive direction to be as aware of the events all over the world and to be aware of what our leaders are doing inside of that and how they're participating and how they're representing us. I think in recent history, the U.S. has behaved appallingly all over the world. And I want to say I'm sorry, but I don't think that'll change anything. But there's goodness in there, too, and I think we can hopefully guide it in a good direction in our lives.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, I think that, I mean, I always think of myself as very lucky being an immigrant and having, and coming from a place that had such tremendous anti-Semitism and being a Jew, because I think that, you know, you sort of, if you have that kind of a story and you're pretty much in the same boat as everybody in the whole rest of the world. So I feel like when I'm in, you know, growing up, starting from 10 years old in the Bronx, and everybody that surrounded me, everybody, wherever they came from, had a very similar story, and everybody was coming to the America, the positive America, you know, not the America that there's two Americas. The America that's in the real world that does really bad things, and then the ideal America that is a symbol to a lot of places in the world, of a place where you could come if you've been oppressed, and you could start again, and you can blend in, and you can be your own free individual, and yet be a part of everything. And that was a wonderful experience for me when I immigrated to, you know, to hear, you know, I think everybody, if somebody said you know, something about Jews in Russia, people, it was always negative, and it was kind of like even a dirty word. And then I think I remember seeing the shock on my parents' faces when they saw people in the subway with like a kippah, and people were just proud and able to be themselves. So that was very exciting, and I think I learned a lot by going through it, just about what is possible in the world. And so I'm very grateful for that. But I think as far as in music, I haven't found a way, because I think to me, like, songs, they just kind of happen, and they feel like I write when I'm inspired, and I can't ever sit down. And sometimes I want to write about some, you know, political thing, but instead I end up writing about, you know, I don't know, dolphins. And so I think I think to me, things, my personality and my beliefs, they come through, but also other things come through in the music. So it's not like I've been able to be a political artist, but I think of myself as a political person.
Can I also say one thing, just in response to hearing you talk about America, that in my experience living in America, although I get critical about our politics, I do think that I'm absolutely the most at home there, and I feel a connection to people there in a way that is non-judgmental and is hopeful. Like you said, I think there are two very distinct events happening in America. Yeah. And I really am grateful for the part of that that is beautiful and open and accepting and hopeful.
Yeah, and it's important.